everyone. We are ringing in 2020 with some of the resolutions that you sent to me. Jeff Trimble says he'd like to win the lottery and build a huge house for the homeless, plus have it managed. That's a pretty... Now Mike says he's gonna be a little more realistic here. He is going for longer naps, eating more bacon, and spending more time with Jesus. Terry ordered a Peloton bike, which was a pretty popular gift this year. She says it's gonna be delivered tomorrow. Wasn't planning on it being part of a New Year's resolution, but hey, if the shoe fits. Crystal has this pretty amazing one to share, saying that for the last 5 years, she's been focusing primarily on the health of her husband after he went through a bad combat injury. They've had a lengthy battle, it sounds like, through infertility with 3 rounds of IVF. Congratulations, though. They do have 2 babies here. And she says, it is finally time to focus on me. A career change to my dream career in 2020 is her goal. So we're wishing Crystal all the luck. Like that focus on me, Crystal. That's also one of my goals. Here they are. My number 1 goal for 2020 is to just spend more time with my husband. And I've made it more specific. Each month, I'm gonna make sure that we have either a day date or a day night, whether that's a night out or a night in. I am going to plan something every single month because right now our relationship has been put on the back burner while we're growing our family. And we prayed so hard and wished and hoped for kids. We jumped through obstacles to be able to have them. And now that we have been blessed with our growing family, it's so important to me that we put our relationship first. It's important to me that our kids see how strong our foundation is so they can build off of that. As a mom, it is so easy to put your kids first because for the first couple of years, their lives are totally dependent on you. But our spouses depend on us too. We depend on each other. So it's important that we still find that time for one another. Before we know it, those babies that we raised are gonna leave us. And it's just gonna be you and your husband or you and your spouse. And if there's a giant hole there that you haven't worked on throughout the years, what's left of your relationship? So for me, that's really important that we create that right now. And that's why I'm taking this step. I will make it a point to have a date night every single month. I know that doesn't sound like a lot to a lot of people, but we don't have family around to just pop in and watch our kids. So we have to actually plan it out ahead of time, and our schedules are completely like ships passing in the night. But we're gonna make this happen. Goal number 2 is to also make more time for myself. And I'm gonna be going into this much more in depth in the coming weeks. I'm not talking about like a spa day here or there. I'm talking like 5 minutes each day just to breathe, because parenting is really hard. And in order to keep patience, I've learned that mentally I need about 5 minutes. If I could have more, that would be lovely. But realistically, that's what I can ask for my kids. And that's what I'm going to focus on giving myself. Another thing that's really hard for me when it comes to me time is taking that help that is offered to me. I've met some amazing people in this community, and so many times they have offered, let me take the kids for an hour. Hey, do you wanna do this? Do you wanna go out and do that? And I am so bad at letting people lend me a hand. So a big goal for me is to take that help when it's offered to me and to ask for it when I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed. We think we can just do it all, and boy, do we try, but it just makes life more difficult, honestly. I mean, there is a reason that there's that saying, it takes a village. Resolution number 3 is to disconnect and unplug. My specific goal this year is to be able to get rid of my phone out of eyesight for at least 2 hours in the morning and 2 hours after nap time. Because we know that phones can basically be a black hole. We do everything on them now, and like being in the media, there's always something that I could look at or check or post to social media. But I want to really be here with my kids. I want to hear them. I want to see them. I want to engage with them. And honestly, they just behave so much better when I don't have my eyes buried in my phone. When I'm paying complete attention to them, they love it. It turns out that kids really like our attention. No, but the boys are so much better when mom is actually playing with them and not doing stuff. And it is, I know for some people, my goal with the 2 hours here and then the 2 hours there, of no time would be really easy. It's hard for me when I'm doing these vlogs and when most of my job is like social media driven. It's difficult to do, but my family is obviously the most important thing in my life, and I want my boys to see that they are much more important than technology. Now, the other thing my husband and I have talked a lot about is that we want to take the reins right now on addiction, technology addiction. It's a huge thing with kids. We can already see it in Maverick. I mean, he'll throw a screaming fit sometimes for the iPad or one of our phones to play a game or to watch a show. And if he doesn't see us doing it, those fits have become less and less. All right, goal number 4 for 2020 is to be more organized. I am literally the least organized human being I think out there. I mean, I keep my house nice and tidy. I try to keep it cleaned up, but I seriously lose just about everything. Every day I lose my keys, my phone, you name it, earrings. I'm not kidding, I don't even know where my earrings go. Either way, I'm gonna start writing things down, and as I take them off, I'm gonna start putting them away so I don't lose them. I have bought a calendar that we'll be keeping on our wall and writing everything down. This way my husband and I can both add to it and we can both see it. I'm hoping to be able to keep my to-do lists and my calendar up to date in my phone as well. And I want to, yes, put things away as they use them so that we'll be able to find the tape or the batteries. I don't know if it's just because I'm scatterbrained. Right now I'm blaming it on like the pregnancy brain, which is a real thing, mind you. My husband actually jokes that I live better in a state of disarray than a lot of people do that are organized. So not doing too bad. But anyway, I am changing it. Here we come 2020. I am going to be that organized mom. Not like charts and colors organized, but just a little bit more organized. I'm also posting this chart below that you guys can look at and maybe share as well. I'm gonna be following it each and every day to help declutter like my life and my house. It'll help me deep clean better when it comes to like the pantry and the fridge, maybe even our bedroom closet. Probably not, but maybe. So a big focus of mine, yes, is to be more organized both mentally and in my home. The next one for me is to try to be more positive in 2020. I pride myself on the fact that I can see the silver lining in most situations, but I really want to further that and become a better and more positive person. So for me, I'm gonna start out each morning with either a scripture or a devotional just to put me in that right headset to make me feel more powerful with my actions for the day and more grateful for what I have. Now, if that's not your thing, have you ever heard of the saying of kill them with kindness? It really does work, you guys. People respond so much better to someone who is positive rather than negative. I have seen my entire life the negativity not work. And then I have also seen as I get older and older, the positivity totally change someone else's behavior. So that's my plan. Sometimes, yes, it's gonna be way harder than others, but when I wake up and I'm having a bad morning, what I do is I fake it. I know that sounds really bad, but grin and bear it. Like I wake up, I say a prayer, please God, just help to make this a better day. And then try to think of all the things that I am grateful for in my life. And then I fake and force a smile. And you know what? Pretty soon it becomes real. Yes, you can try to fake it, or you can just look forward to something better. Take a deep breath if you need it. Say a little prayer like I do. And if none of that's going away and you need counseling, go to counseling. It's amazing. My last and final resolution for 2020 is to make more friends with parents, people who have kids and are in the thick of it at the same time as us. We have a lot of friends who are kidless and we love them to death, don't get me wrong, but it's just so nice to be able to talk to someone who's in the same boat as you. And so I have joined some mom groups here in town, which have been a lifesaver. There's certain places that I just love to take my boys and that I meet a ton of great people. We have wonderful conversations and we plan on play dates and meeting up, but I never follow through. So to make my goal more specific for 2020, I will be following through. I'm gonna make this happen because it is so important that we build up that tribe around us. And next week, if you're following my vlog, you'll be able to see the list of places that I like to take my boys that are either free or low cost, that are safe and completely run them out of energy, plus where you can meet other moms, because yes, it is so important that we build up that crew of people around us. About this whole health thing, this resolution, eating healthier, getting in shape, not on my list for 2020. I'm gonna enjoy my cinnamon rolls and my noodles. Pad Thai sounds really good right now. And P.S., if my husband is watching, he doesn't do this whole resolution for the new year. So I have a few for him as well. Like throw away the empty boxes when you're done with those protein bars or yogurt. And remember that we have a trash can in our kitchen so you can put your string cheese wrappers in there. So I wouldn't mind you working on the muscles in your hands with a few back rubs. Let me talk more during movies. I have questions. Love you.